How's it going, everybody? Ryan here with a new album review. Today I'm taking a look at Revolution Radio, the new record from pop punk legends Green Day. Personally, I'm a fan of Green Day. I quite like a lot of their songs from the 90s, and personally I think American Idiot is one of the best albums ever written. With that being said, I haven't been a huge fan of anything they've done since American Idiot. With 21st Century Breakdown, I felt they were trying too hard to recreate what they had with American Idiot, and I felt that the Uno Dos Tres trilogy had a lot of weak songs on it to stretch it over 3 albums. This new album isn't anywhere as good as American Idiot, but it definitely is my favorite album since then. It has a really good raw sound, and also has lyrics that are either deep and personal, or has some sort of a political message, which is where I think Green Day shines. The songwriting alone is better than the last 4 albums. The album begins with the track Somewhere Now, which starts off with a slow acoustic opening before going into a simple power chord riff. The lyrics seem to be more personal than on previous releases. It's a pretty strong opener. This leads into the lead single Bang Bang. It begins with a strong bass riff before going into what is probably the fastest and punkiest riff on the album. It feels more like Green Day from the 90s, which is definitely a plus. It's an upbeat and almost fun sounding song, even with lyrics concerning frequent mass shootings that have been happening in the US. On this track, Green Day shows that they're at their best when writing songs have a political message. The title track, Revolution Radio, is next, and it's also quite strong. It has a good opening riff and has an incredibly catchy chorus. It also has strong lyrics addressing current movements happening, such as Black Lives Matter. It's a fairly simplistic song instrumentally, but it works well here. This is followed by Say Goodbye, which in my opinion is the first weaker track on the album. It has a weird opening that features clapping that is repeated a couple times throughout the track. The main riff is incredibly similar to the song Holiday from American Idiot, just slowed down a bit. The vocal approach is strong at points, but then weak at others. It's not a terrible track, as there are sections of the song that I quite like. Just as a whole, it's not as strong as the first 3 tracks. The song Outlaws is next, which is a typical slow radio-friendly ballad, much like 21 Guns from 21st Century Breakdown, a song that personally I wasn't a huge fan of. That's just a personal opinion though. I prefer Green Day when they're more punk. The lyrics aren't that bad here though. It's pretty much Green Day reminiscing about their early days as a band. Again, not a bad song, it just didn't stand out to me personally. This is followed up by Bouncing Off the Wall, which is a much more upbeat song. It's incredibly catchy as well. It's an improvement over the last 2 songs. Still Breathing is next, and it's another slow song. This one is much better than Outlaws though. The lyrics are much deeper and more meaningful here. The guitar riff that is played over the chorus is also quite good as well. The next track is Young Blood, which is a song Billy Joel Armstrong wrote for his wife. It's a simple upbeat song that's not bad, just a little out of place on an album that is filled with lyrics that are either deep and meaningful or have some sort of a political message. This is followed by the song Too Dumb to Die, which is a standout just from the guitar riff alone. It's definitely an old school 90s Green Day riff that really feels like could be taken right off of Dookie, with lyrics that tend to be about Armstrong growing up. Troubled Time is the next track, and it's probably the darkest, most depressing song on the album, but in a pretty good way. It's obviously a statement about the current state of the United States and all the discrimination that tends to be going on right now. Things take a lighter turn though with my personal favorite track, Forever Now. It's a significantly longer song that has 3 different movements throughout. It feels more like a rock opera style that was used on American Idiot, mainly the song Jesus of Suburbia, which is my favorite Green Day song. The song transitions incredibly well between the 3 parts, with the final part being a reprise of the opening track, Somewhere New, which works incredibly well to give the album a larger, more complete feel to it. It's probably my favorite song that they've done since American Idiot came out. The album finally ends with the song Ordinary World, which is an incredibly simple song that only features Billy Joel Armstrong and an acoustic guitar. It feels like it's really personal to him, and it works quite well to end off the album on a strong personal note. Overall, Revolution Radio is definitely a step in the right direction for Green Day after a couple of lackluster albums. Strong lyrics and strong simple instrumentation create some strong songs here. There are a few songs that are significantly weaker than others on the album, but they are by no means terrible, and the songs that are good are quite good. Because of this, I give Green Day's Revolution Radio an 8 out of 10. Now if you want to check out more rock and metal reviews quite like this one, feel free to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. All the support helps. Cheers!